Good afternoon, all. So good to be with you. Tried a little different angle. I kind of like sometimes changing up. So it's not always my office or something of that nature. So I decided that the view of the altar would be good today. A couple things, just some housekeeping things I want to bring to you. This Sunday is the last Sunday in the church year. It's Christ the King Sunday. We're going to have a special treat. The Sunday school kids are going to sing for us at Sunday, so I invite you to that. If you can come and hear them sing. And we are starting to transition towards Advent. And Advent is coming, and we're going to do midweek Advent services on Wednesday nights, and so we'll gather for Holden evening prayer at 6:30 and spend some time in this preparation, this time of bringing this joyous light into our lives with Advent and then Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, and so I invite you to be a part of that. Also, just some different things that we're going to have going on. For those of you that are more comfortable worshiping online and you want to participate a little more in worship, we put everything in our church bulletin now. So everything goes in the bulletin, the music and all that. So we have some hymnals that we have decided if you want to borrow a hymnal so that you can follow along with the hymns, I want you to reach out to me. An email, a Facebook message, comment, whatever you want to do. And we will make sure somehow that we get that to you, whether we have you stop here at the church and pick it up or whatever the case may be. But that gives you a chance to participate a little bit more with us with the hymns. I will announce what the hymns are during my Friday commentary, as well as when the service starts down in the choir loft. You know, we have the board that has all the hymn numbers on it, and the image as the prelude goes on will be there, so you can grab those hymn numbers that way. So if that's something that interests you, I invite you to get a hold of me, and we will find a way to get that to you. I think that is about it as far as announcements go. Today I was kind of just spending some time this morning, early this morning. I had my mind was just kind of going in circles and wandering, and I thought of some things happening in life, and you know, there was just this little piece of me that was like, you know, I wonder if sometimes God actually hears what I have to say. If God actually cares about some of these problems that I have going on in my life. And it brought me to Psalm 40 as I was just kind of looking through Scripture. Psalm 40 starts this way: I waited patiently for the Lord. He inclined to me, heard my cry. The New International Version says, I waited patiently for the Lord. He turned to me and heard my cry. So in those moments when sometimes we think to ourselves, Lord, do you even care about these problems in my life? We can be reassured that no matter what we have going on, He waits patiently for us. He does hear us. He hears what we have going on. He knows what's in our hearts. You know, when we look at this psalm and just a little background on it, Psalm 40 just kind of gives us this intimate look at what David was going through, and how the Lord saved him, and how God loving and compassionate response was, I am waiting patiently for you. I hear your cry. And then instead of just simply thanking the Lord and moving on, we find that David praises God for his faithfulness. We hear, as we read on, he drew me up from the desolate pit, out of the miry bog, set my feet upon a rock, put a new song in my mouth. I have told the glad news of deliverance in the great congregation. When we have things that go on in our life, we often think, is God listening? Is God hearing? Does he know what's in here? And I want to assure you, he does. God loves us. He cares about us. He nurtures us. He brings us together as his beloved children. I may not know what weighs on your heart, but I do know that God knows you, that he cares about you. And that means all of your burdens, all of your sorrows, all of your joys, everything. God knows you. He hears you. He loves you. So when we pray to God, it doesn't go unheard. It may not be answered in the time frame that we want it to be answered. And sometimes it may not be answered the way we want it answered. But he does hear us. God hears us. God loves us. God cares about us. And I waited patiently for the Lord, which is what we do, right? Here's my cry. He does hear what we say, what we feel, what we do. God loves us beyond measure. And it is that love that we need to give back to one another. We are coming to the end of the church year. We've heard some pretty apocalyptic things, I guess you could say. But they're there to open our hearts, to say, are you ready when Christ comes again? And now we need to say to ourselves, are we ready for that anticipation of the newborn King? Christ is the King. Not a king like of a nation, not a ruler, not King David, not anything like that. He's the King of our hearts. This kingdom that we call our own. So take to heart and know, whatever we're going through, he's our King. He's our deliverer. He loves us and he hears us. Would you pray with me? Good and gracious God, we often cry out to you, not knowing if you hear us. Sometimes it's unsettled in our hearts. Give us the confidence to know through your word, through your Son, that you do hear us. May we continue to come to you with joys, with concerns, maybe come to you with servant hearts, a willingness to hear and respond to you. Father God, we lift up to you today all those that are still hurting, whether it's physical pain or mental stress or an anxious soul. Father God, just heal them. Comfort them. And God, we pray for the health of our nation as we are still feeling some unrest, as we are still so anxious and sometimes fearful of this virus. And we never lose sight of you in all of this, that you are by our side, that you are with us, that you are guiding those making decisions. God, I lift up to you all the members of this congregation. May they continue to be a beacon of light in this community as they share your gospel, as they welcome a stranger, welcome a friend, as they come together and worship in your space, as we continue to worship wherever we are. Father God, I ask that you just be ever present in our worship life, that you be present in song, in scripture, that you give me the words to say, God, that I can be your shepherd here in this place. We are filled with so many blessings, God. We are so thankful for everything that you have done. We lift all this to you, God, and then we lift things that just are on our hearts to you. We do this through your Son, who is the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords, and who is, who was, and who will be again. Amen. Well, thank you for taking time to be with me this afternoon. Always good that we can share this time together. I hope that you have a blessed day. Remember, you're loved. Loved by this place, this congregation, loved by me, loved most of all by God. Take care of yourselves. See you again soon.